and skin your ass alive like we cutting chinchilla. We them niggas in the club with them poles, we the killers. We them babies at the back door who came through the back door. No security, we all on, what's this mask for? We skipping out of town, going to countries with no passport. You scheme on me and my niggas, that be your last thought.
Turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
Man, we got blockchain and decentralized ways to do it. We got AI. You ain't got to be the smartest person in the world. But if you got the smartest person in the world working for you, what you gonna tell them to do? And that's how I utilize AI, right? And then you can utilize it to counter and defend yourself because, okay, how would the enemy run the script on me?
What's the platforms you use?
Well, recently I've been starting using that DeepSeek, and it's cold.
DeepSeek?
So the DeepSeek is a good lesson in that because while America cannot compete with China right now because the culture has been completely submerged to have a culture that's just involved in entertainment and sports and bullshit. But the Chinese been focused on engineering, mathematics, philosophy, data analytics. So what Trump did in his previous is he put sanctions on them. They can't buy chips from Taiwan. So they said, okay, y'all gonna try to play us like that because y'all know what we about to do because they won the 5G race. And they was like, we got to get 10G. And in technology, whoever is the one that produces it, everybody else follows them.
Right.
All technology trends from that. So they was like, we got to figure out a way to stop China. They own all the goddamn land. They infiltrating. Samsung is on Apple's ass. We can't beat them. And even they best engineers are Chinese. Then you got Indians running all of the top technology companies and the highest grossing household income in America.
Calling over here, scamming us.
Exactly. So they got whites and blacks against each other the whole time. The Indians making more money than everybody.
Right.
But they don't want white and black people to focus on that because then you start to see behind the veil. So we scapegoat each other. But anyway, you go back to DeepSeek. They said, okay, well, we go push all our money towards developing our own end to where we gonna show y'all we don't need y'all. So they didn't have to spend as much money as OpenAI. The claim was the 6 million. I'm sure it was more than that. But the reality of it is that they didn't need more computing power to fight Goliath. They just needed to think more creatively. So they went in there and tweaked it in a way to where, okay, y'all don't want to sell us the chips, then we're not going to build it based on computing power. We're going to build it based on tweaking these algorithms behind the scenes. So now the DeepSeek model is better than OpenAI. So you're more beneficial actually being a player that just takes what they call an AI wrap, to where I'm taking OpenAI, ChatGPT, or DeepSeek, and I build a business on top of it. Why? Because these bigger businesses always go compete to make theirs better. So which one of it's better? I'm gonna just take that and then I'm gonna plug it into my business. So I use DeepSeek, and they got the research component on there, and they got some guardrails, but you can get it to give you some answers that, for a fact, the American AIs is not going to do.
How easy is it to use?
Very easy. It's actually free. So they said, we're gonna make it open source. So open source means anybody can download it and they can see exactly how it works, right? So anybody can build on top of it. OpenAI, even though it's called OpenAI, which was supposed to be open source, they got a war with Elon because he gave them money to start it as a nonprofit, but then they closed source, right? So now it's closed AI. So the DeepSeek one is the one I would suggest. They got Claude.
When you say closed, explain the difference.
So closed source meaning that you can't check their algorithms. You can't see how it's made, right? You can only use whatever they give you, right? But with the open source, you can take that model and then you can utilize it for whatever you want to build as well, right? So you don't have to wait for them to build something new. It's open source. They're sharing the knowledge with you. They're saying, this is how we made it. This is how it works. It's open source information. So that means that if I created a cure for AIDS, if it was closed source, I only have it and I'm gonna sell it to y'all. If it's open source, I'll give you the exact concoction, the chemicals, the process. Now anybody can tweak it, anybody can make it. That means that I no longer control it at all. It's out there in the world.
Is that a good or a bad thing though?
That's a great thing. You know what I mean? It feeds innovation. So now the market can grow.
But what if some people want to build on it for something negative?
Well, that's
or to twist us up.
That's gonna always happen. Then that means you can build on it to counter it. It actually puts the power in your hand. They got something called data gravity. So that means that when all the biggest players have all of the data, the smaller players can't compete. Because for the AI algorithms, you need data. You need people using it. So when we use OpenAI, it's studying us. So now if it wants to replace MATHHOFFA, he's been using it so much, I know how he think. So now we go create a MATHHOFFA algorithm. The DeepSeek one, the only thing is they said that it had built in there to where it's blasting data back to China. But they got it now to where you can take what they call a local model. You can just put it on your computer where it doesn't send out any information, right? You still can't do that with OpenAI. So therefore, you can be safe, right? If you go download it on your computer and then use it. Now, the war in the future is compute power. Who has the most computing power? Because if I got an AI and you got an AI, but you can only download a certain version of it because you don't have enough hardware and computing power on your computer. Right. It ain't gonna just be an Apple laptop. You're gonna have something like an NVIDIA or something like that, hardware, where you got a whole petabyte of data and a petaflop of computing power, right? So now the goal is to figure out, every country is at war to figure out who's going to have the greatest computing power, because they're utilizing these AI machines to run ops on each other. It's a digital war.
Are y'all following all of this? Because it's a lot from my brain. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm the only one in this room. It's like, what is going on?
Talk to me.
You going way too fast.
Listen,
okay, let's just stop this
you
right
bring
now.
your dad.
You just asked me a question. Talk to me.
I'm not playing this game. I need to follow. And I
Wait.
can't follow when you're giving out that much information at that rapid fire technological pace.
Download the AI.
So, hold on.
Have them transcript
my brain
and decode it.
No, my brain works a certain way.
Wait,
so
hold
my
on.
brain has to understand when you say things.
Kim.
I want to understand. I need to understand.
Kim, listen.
I'm still on OpenSeek. I'm still on
DeepSeek.
Kim, listen.
DeepSeek.
Take a couple drops.
Yeah,
Wait, you was getting it? You was following everything?
Following everything.
You a liar. You was following it all.
He on that. He on that Superman right now. I'm trying to tell you.
Just take a couple drops.
So I think that the simple.
Oh wait, this really is Superman.
Superman.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in here like
What?
that.
So what am I supposed to do? Put it under my...
I'm designing
Hold
business
on.
plans
You
while
was
I'm having this
following. You was like OpenSeek. You was sitting
I'm
there.
glad
like,
you stopped me though, because it's important. Now I'm gonna give some people some game right here.
How many drops do I put under my?
Just
tongue?
one
Just a full
boom.
dropper.
Yeah.
Matt
for
put
30
like
seconds.
5. So,
Matt put mad drops to understand
I'm
all
bigger
that
than you.
AI technology. Matt was like,
I'm bigger than regular people.
I gotta took the red pill. Hold on a second. Okay, so go like that's live.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough.
You
Wasting
wasting
it. Don't drop.
Pause.
What you
Right.
doing?
That's all the new
Take the
drops.
drugs so we can
Buy
go on
you
now.
10 more Superminds.
Yeah, everybody
Take it.
buy 10.
Okay.
I like
Take it.
Go under my tongue.
Yeah,
Pause.
go ahead.
No one
go ahead.
stop looking. Y'all so stupid. I don't want to do this.
Yo, go ahead.
I'm not
Just do
doing
it.
this.
Just do it.
This
Just
is
do it.
all
Oh
to
my
mess
God.
with
Just
me.
do it.
Oh shit! That shit gonna look.
I need water.
That shit go.
No,
That
I
shit
need
gonna
water
look wild
for real.
on camera,
Hey,
bro.
John, throw me a water bottle.
We do got the chocolate, so if you don't like that,
That
we got
shit
the
gonna look
chocolate.
wild
you
on
could've just
camera.
took.
I literally-
Just do it.
With the
All
black
right, I'm
screen.
gonna thank you. No, I did. It went down the wrong
Let me get that one.
thing. Pause.
Yo, it's more those.
All right. I'm
Stop the whole thing for.
No, it's
All right.
it's
No,
good.
see-
Stop acting like y'all understood all of that. Stop.
Don't listen.
Stop.
We not all in
So
your
look,
boat,
I'm gonna give y'all some game, right? For everybody that's watching.
Anybody
Okay.
need water?
I took the
We at
Superman.
this era where you actually don't have to understand everything in real time. This the way I learn, and I actually teach people how to learn this way.
Yo, Hoffa.
Your first job when you learning something new is try to figure out what's the bigger concept of it all.
Hey, couple more. Hey.
When you're trying to focus and get the details, that's a different part of the brain, right? So the first thing is, okay, I get this idea that there's this big technology that's out there that is trained on the human race. They call them LLMs, they large language models. So they take all of the data that is being fed, right? And essentially the machine is rewarded for producing
One more,
an
eh?
answer. A lot of people say that it's not at this point now to where it's thinking, it's just guessing essentially. Because sometimes it can give you the wrong answer.
Right.
The DeepSeek one had created one that follows a pathway of logic and it shows you what it's thinking. So what it does is it'll show you as it's thinking before it gives you the answer, start writing the script out alongside, like, okay, he asked me this question, maybe he means this. Let me do my research to figure out if this is the answer it wants to give. The OpenAI model didn't do that.
Okay.
So it's basically checking itself before it gives you an answer, trying to figure out what's the context of what they asking.
Okay.
Right? So this is why the DeepSeek model is much better, is because you can actually see it thinking, going through this pathway of logic, and then it gives you a much better answer.
Okay.
Right? And they programmed it like that, so as it goes along, just giving you, it gives what they call rewards to the machine, right? So, and this is another reason why we as a people need to understand AI, because it's so powerful that we wouldn't realize it's controlling us. That there's whole entire accounts, right, just on social media that ran off bots, right, that make money. There was this bot that was connected to a cryptocurrency. It dropped its own currency and it went up a few million. The bot created his own currency, right? If you go to OpenAI, they got what they call operator. You got to pay $200 a month for it. You can tell it, you know, I want you to go online and make me a meme, right? It connects to your browser, goes to the website and start making a meme for you. At some point in time, the internet is just going to be voice control. I like using it, speaking to it, because I'm sitting there trying to type and my mind be moving too fast. So I just press the button and you can start speaking to the AI itself. That allows me to get all my thoughts out, and then the AI starts speaking back, and then therefore I can get through like a workflow with it.
Okay, so what's the top 3 things that you use AI for daily?
So I like to go through information fast on YouTube. Now, I don't even like sharing this a lot because I don't want it to mess up the content game. But here I go. There's this AI called Taja.ai, right? And I think you can use this with Claude as well. What you do is you go take the copy link on the YouTube and you drop it into Taja, and it will send you out a transcript instantly.
A summary, yeah.
Then you can go take that transcript, put it into ChatGPT and talk to it, right? Or you can say, what was 19 Keyz talking about? Can you explain me everything like a 3rd grader? Can you simplify it for me? Which is why I'm saying you don't need to understand everything right now, right? Because you got the AI that can break things down more simpler. Then you can give it context to how much information you understand.
I ChatGPT'd who my husband was, and it came up. Some guy, I never heard of this guy before. He's a lawyer, apparently. Did I tell y'all this?
No.
I forgot his name. Then I did it again, and it gave me a football player. Who are these people that ChatGPT are? This could be a new dating thing.
Why are you asking?
I'm telling you.
Yo,
I
think ChatGPT is Miss Cleo.
No, listen. Listen,
you told it to find your husband?
To find a husband.
No, I didn't.
And who is your husband?
I said,
did you put a criteria?
I said, who is Kim Osorio married to? And that's
well, there's probably multiple Kim Osorio.
No, it's me.
It probably searched the algorithm and found somebody that's a good match for you.
Let me tell you something right now.
It should go through your text
Where the
messages.
men married.
I don't know who these men are. I'm trying to ask you, who are these people?
You should wait a minute. Wait. Hold on.
Think it's
Hold on.
I know a lot of things.
Hold on. Kim.
Who is Kim Osorio married to?
That's not
Why are you?
GPT.
Why you? You're not married. Why are you asking?
But see, that's they call that
insanity.
There's a word for it, not illusions or
Lonely.
something of that nature.
As
That's the
February 2025, Kim Osorio is married to Aydin Osorio. Their wedding website is available on the Knot.
So there may be somebody else with another name, but they call that hallucinations.
The word.
So
there's a word for it. They call it
the word is
hallucinations.
called lonely.
no,
Lonely.
don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
lonely.
Don't do that.
I
But
don't know.
what's the hallucination thing? What does that
So
mean?
the hallucination means that sometimes you get information wrong. It's just trying to give you the answer it thinks you want, right? Or it's just to give you. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, you did. That's the way it did. No, that's the way it
This
did.
AI is more advanced than I
Who
thought.
is MATHHOFFA married
It's some shit that you want to hear. Like every other guy you meet.
It's a
asking who people are
predictive
married
model,
to?
so it's trying to give you the most likely. But that's why you have this is why DeepSeek is much better, because DeepSeek might tell you I don't know. Right? It might go through a line of I just search who this person is and I don't see that she's married to anybody else, so therefore I conclude that I can't give you an answer. Where DeepSeek might just give you an answer. So I got
pretty
mine.
accurate about math.
I got mine programmed on the back end to give me sources for what you telling me. So therefore, it corrects itself.
When I ask myself about
that's a lot. That's Chat GPT right there. That's a lot. You don't have to read it.
When I asked Chat GPT, who is Tramel Thompson from Progressive Action, it gave me a better bio about myself than I ever thought about.
You feel me?
A way better bio.
I like using it also for personal development, right? You can get on there and take customized tests to learn about your psychology. You can go in there and say, give me a dossier, right? A dossier is like how the CIA write reports on people.
Right.
So give me a dossier based on the way that, or based on the information that I've been putting into this prompt. Tell me something about myself that I don't know, right? And so it'll spit you out a psychological profile, right? Then you can use it to like, all right, I want to get better in this particular area. Can you test me and then take me through how to improve? Right? You maybe want to put your birthday in there and then give me across all cultural lines, like what is my actual psychological profile of who I am? A lot of times we see ourselves just through like a Western view, right? Then you can use Kabbalah, you can utilize your name, you can use all these different metric points. And I believe what's going to happen is we're going to have this real customized society that people are going to have so much information about themselves. And I think that's the best thing you can do right now with it starting off is learn about yourself. In ways that you normally never could. What type of thinker are you? Are you a deductive, an abductive thinker? What type of reasoning do you apply? So you get it to ask you questions, because even the IQ test, right, that wasn't a real measurement of Black people's intelligence because it had so much nuance that wasn't based on our world. Right. So now you get to customize and understand yourself a little differently, right? Based on the way that I speak, right? What does this say about me, right? And then ask it, okay, what is this? What is the science of that? So now you get to start deep diving and start getting into this research. So everybody should, what I look at that as well is that it's already studied the categories of science and psychology and it has a degree. You don't need the degree. Your goal is figuring out how to manage something with that degree of knowledge at this point in time. So this is why they say philosophy is going to be a higher degree for a lot of people is because philosophy is the art of thinking, right? It's not being stuck inside boxes. You're allowing your mind to flow. Storytelling is key. So now you're speaking to the AI to get ideas and answers outside the normal box of society. So a lot of people is going to lose their jobs to it. 80% of the jobs that's created now. The WEF put out a report saying it's going to lose like 97 million jobs. But then there's going to be even more jobs created. Created by who? You can go in there right now and see something that I don't see. And that's the whole point. Like, what would MATHHOFFA utilize it for? Right? Because we do media two different ways. I see how you slice yours up and move yours through. Then I got a different way of doing it. I might want to go on there and study your method, right? Then I might study mine. Then I might say, okay, how do you blend these two methods together? You feel me? Then I might get a new algorithm out of that. So what they're doing is they getting all of our data every time that we use it, which is why it's important to have a model that runs local on your computer. So we're not feeding them to replace us. Because now if I know how 19 keys think, then I don't need 19 keys.
Right.
So this is why it's dangerous for us to use their models. And this is why it was important for DeepSeek to come out with one. Just run that local so you're not giving them all your information.
When you say their models, what models
Well, I'm talking
particular?
about Sam Altman, right? Then you got Google, then you got Microsoft, right? All of them have their own models. It's like a country, if you will, right? Every country is gonna have their own AI. Every religion had their own AI, right? Everybody will have their own customized AI that knows you, knows what you want, right? You say, I got 19 keys coming over in 30 minutes. I need you to give me some thought-provoking things about it. Maybe they go search my Instagram, see what I've been talking about recently, and then they spit out some talking points. Hey, 19 Keys had a video just earlier. He was talking about that. Maybe you should ask about it like this. So now, look.
We're gonna mute that out. We're gonna block that out.
So now, right, what does it did? It saved you time. To me, AI is like a wealth transfer because that's the biggest thing it saves you. Think about all the processes in your life that require a whole lot of time. Now, and I'm talking about mental things, right? There's some research and development is probably the most important thing that we don't do enough of. We just kind of go with the flow with a lot of things. So this is why we do spread a lot of misinformation because most people don't do no research. Now you got a research assistant for any project that you want. There's no excuses for Black America to be like, we can't do this when AI can give you a detailed plan of actually how exactly you can do that. Then that means like, all right, are you gonna be a man or a woman and be willful to actually do it? So the dangerous thing is now when you get the plan, that's no longer the excuse. You got no excuses. And they saying, are you gonna execute? Now that's when you sitting there with yourself and being like, damn, whole time I actually didn't really want the plan because now I'm exposing myself to me. That I'm not one of those people that's gonna actually execute. And everybody online that talks shit about anybody else, what stops you from doing it yourself? Right? When you don't like a certain leader, you pick apart them. You don't like 19 Keyz who wear the sun, moon, and stars, fly as hell. If that's your problem, why don't you do it? I'll give you the blueprint.
Right.
But the difference is, do you have the willfulness? And a lot of people aren't human enough to do it. They machine-like. They just know how to memorize things. They know how to react, don't know how to respond. Mm-hmm. You just react. What is this? I don't like it. That's just your little animal brain.
Right.
Your God body brain, man, I got to take a second and understand the context. He might have said this, but let me think about who 19 Keyz is. Let me think about who Math is. I know that on Twitter, there's a small amount of characters that's being spoken. So he couldn't have gave me all the information of what he's thinking. Now, that's somebody who's thinking to understand like your process of thinking before they respond. That's responding. Reacting, the fuck this nigga talking about, man? And you go Twitter finger up.
Right.
You feel me? You do a little Twitter finger drive-by, just talk some shit and go about your day. That's just reacting. I don't like that.
That's like everybody.
Exactly.
Like,
but
crazy.
the whole world is stuck on that. It ain't just black people. White people be stuck in these little cycles, not knowing that the elites just playing games on them. The elites play it to where, how about we run scapegoating tactics? Instead of y'all focusing on us for making asset prices high as hell, you can't afford nothing. You can't even buy no goddamn eggs no more. You can't buy eggs. You feel me? But we gonna say we gonna get rid of the trans kids, which is fine. I love the fact that they from the sports.
Right. From the sport.
From the sports.
From the sport.
I'm listening
Right.
to myself in real time. From the sports.
Right.
But you feel like that's a win in your life when everything else is still too expensive for you to live out the American dream. And instead of you focusing on who actually has real power in laws and administrative positions and things of that nature, I'd rather scapegoat a celebrity to say they the problem with the world. No, you got to actually go to the people that's behind the scenes, behind the veil. So scapegoating makes you go to the person that's closest to you, right? This is why there's a lot more in-house fighting. Right? White people go directly to black people. We talk about celebrities instead of actually going to the managerial elite ruling class that actually has the power. It's just scapegoating. It's a psychological tactic
We
elites
still talking about the
use forever.
FBA?
Nah. I'm talking about everybody at this point. Look at white people scapegoat black people for their problems. They scapegoat to say our culture is violent, as if that has something to do with every white president and every bad decision that they've made. Mm-hmm. And every white banker and every white big pharma and every white terrorist that never did something in this country, right? We ain't changed the drug price in this country ever. We not the reason that the rents are sky high. We not the reason that Hollywood demoralizes the society and makes them think slow. We not the reason for them pushing the effeminization on an entire people in a society and emasculating men in society. You can't blame black culture on that, right? It's those who control that's in those positions. But people are afraid of having the responsibility to address the real boogeyman behind the scenes.
No, but I don't think people have a name or a place to point.
That's why you point to whoever closest.
Right.
I think if they do, people tend to attack the low-hanging fruit first.
Well, look at who would be, okay, let's do this then. Who would be the most likely person that you would point to right now that you would say is an elite? He has an overt amount of power and control in society, and if he wanted to shift things in a direction for the better, he could.
Trump.
Nope.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.